Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. Aquarius, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for March the 2nd to the 8th. Cannot believe that we're in the third month of 2020 already. Okay, so this week we have the Trust the Niggle Oracle card. We have the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Tower, the Sun, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Now, I haven't seen the Tower for a little while. It was coming out so much at the end of last year. But guys, yeah, I know no one likes to see the Tower in the reading, but I'm pretty happy when I see the Tower and the Sun. I mean, the Sun is the most positive card. It really is eclipsing that darkness. It says that this Tower is absolutely meant to be, you know. This is an element of divinity stepping in for you. Why? Because there's something much better on the horizon for you, and you are going to feel very powerful in the coming future. So before we kick into the tarot, guys, I will just read the oracle card because I think this fits really well with it. It's all about tuning into your intuition. I think you kind of know that this is going to go down if you're really honest with yourself. So what is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? Try as you might, it's there, and it's not going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings, throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to numb them out. It's exhausting. And until you face the niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it, to draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. Well, that's the sun, guys. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way, the relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. So Aquarius, you know, it's really saying that there's something standing in your way potentially of your best life. If you tune into your gut, your heart, what is that thing? Well, I really feel that the universe is going to step in and shake things up with you anyway. So yeah, it is coming with that Tower energy this week. You know, sometimes the divine steps in because it's essential that we get back on our life path. But first of all, let's look at the recent past. Now we have the Five of Cups, and we have that with the Nine of Swords. So it's clear here that some of you have been going through a situation that's caused you a certain amount of anxiety. That Nine of Swords energy is really feeling like things are stacked up against you. You know, maybe over-analyzing, overthinking, all those thoughts, just going around in your head and multiplying, keeping you up at night, fatigue, insomnia. It's a real card of worry, guys. And like we heard in the oracle card, sometimes it can go on for years where we're not happy in a situation, but we do our best to try and numb out that feeling. But sometimes it's in the moment of stillness, when we go to bed, when we sit with ourselves, that it all just arises, and it comes to get us. The monster's under the bed. So sometimes that is the indicator that it's really time to make great change. The more we resist, that's when we have Tower moments. In the Five of Cups, we show somebody who's lamenting the past or what could have been in a situation. Maybe you've been in that place of analysing a situation, be it a relationship, a career, situation with a family member, and really thinking, look, I wish I really wanted this to turn out. I really wish it had. Maybe you had expectations of how it would go, but it just hasn't fulfilled those expectations. We have these spilt cups, and that wine is already soaked into the earth, and there's no getting it back. So it's kind of like you've already crossed the line of maybe it's too late to salvage this situation, and it just didn't turn out as you'd hoped. But those were your expectations. Maybe it was never destined in the first place. But by staying stuck in that energy, that's when we're not seeing the new opportunities that might be just behind us. We can see that this Knight of Cups is kind of knocking your door and wanting to bring you something, an offer. Could be a new offer of love, guys, but there's just not space for it. And sometimes there is something standing in the way, and that is the situation and the anxiety around it. I think for some of you, has put you in a space of negativity, maybe depression, victim mentality. Might have affected your self-confidence and self-esteem. It can especially be like that, guys. I mean, you might not necessarily be in a bad relationship or anything like that, but that battle with yourself of, I just can't leave, but then your gut's telling you to, and that can really just beat you up inside and really put you in a space because, you want to take the action, but you just can't. That's what I'm seeing with those cards. And sometimes, that goes on for a very long time, but ultimately, usually, things get shaken up by the Tower. This can come in, guys, when you have been ignoring that niggling feeling or the signs. You've been trying to, really carry on with the illusion of the situation. That's the Tower. But this is saying that it was built on a shaky foundation. It was never really meant to be, or it was meant to be for a period of time, but maybe that foundation eroded over time. So, the Tower comes in to break illusions, to bring down false constructs, to bring down the House of Cards, saying it's no longer a fit for you. Maybe you've changed and evolved, or maybe your partner did. Either way, you're not in alignment if this is a love situation. I'm kind of feeling that because we have a lot of new love energy coming in at the end. So the thing is with the Tower, if it's like this, it only takes one bolt of lightning from the divine here to bring it down, to bring down that structure. But it is a blessing. It's a blessing because the Tower comes in to get you back onto your life path and back, freeing up the space where out of the rubble, new opportunities can come in that were far greater than what you'd hoped for the situation that you were in. But sometimes you can't see it when you're in the situation. Now we have the Sun in the reading, guys, as well, which is just, this is how you want to see the Tower in a reading. You want to see it with the Sun or, with the Star, which actually comes after the Tower, which is the calm after the storm. But, the Sun is kind of the next level because it says, we're going straight to Sun energy, dodge the Star. Maybe you don't even really need that sense of healing. It's straight to rebirth for you. And, so much light here. So the Sun is said to be the most positive card in the Tower deck. Tower deck. You know what I mean? The Tarot deck. But, it's not all, just, like someone, getting positivity for no reason. This baby looks very vulnerable and innocent and, all of those kind of juicy, beautiful emotions. But this baby has burst through this brick wall. It's the Sun comes in when somebody has gone through a period of darkness, and the light comes in to cleanse, to heal, to transform. That's the Sun energy. The Sun energy is also a big nod to divinity, and the Tower actually is as well. So it's saying that this is probably, the universe stepping in is divinely guided. It was meant to be. The Sun is a very definite yes card in the Tarot. So if you've been thinking, with this intuition of, should I leave the situation? Should I bring this out into the open? Should I have that difficult conversation with my partner saying, hey, I don't think this is working, how do you feel? Or whatever that is, the Sun says, yes, absolutely, it is time, and shake it up a bit and see if it falls. Now, the warning with the Tower is if you do want to repair, patch up the situation, the relationship, whatever it is, that we can't rebuild the same Tower. Otherwise, we just find ourselves cycling back in 1, 6, 12 months' time with it coming down again, and maybe we've wasted time and maybe we've blocked opportunities coming in. So if we do want to rebuild our Tower, well, we can't really rebuild it. We have to do so from a very different place on a new foundation, maybe going right back to basics, going to relationship counseling, all of those kind of things, going through transformation work so that you really are different people when you bring this back together. But either way, the Sun is all about, it's bright ahead. The future looks bright, so get excited. Yeah. And, we've got your energy here too, by the way, as an interim between the Tower and what's to come. I think you're really going to be stepping into your Aquarian power. Now, the Queen of Swords is somebody who also has that clarity and vision. She can see the truth. So this could actually indicate that you saw clearly in the situation. So that's why, there's this element of actually allowing the Tower and not fearing it. you know, this can also be the clear communication that needed to happen in order to bring that tower down. So there's a possibility that you will initiate this through a conversation, through sharing a truth. A truth could come to light as well. But the Queen of Swords, you know, she sits on that cliff top. She's got that 360-degree eagle-eye view, and it's from that position that she's like, okay, now I've got the clarity. I understand this thing, and I can make the right decision for me. And that decision really is to bring it to light, to shine that light on it. And I think that's going to bring the tower down. That's going to shake things up, guys. But, you know, this is truly transformative for you. I mean, this is your energy. Sorry, there's got a flat battery there. I am trusting the niggle. I had an intuition all of a sudden that the battery was going flat, and yeah, I caught it within probably a 5-second window. So it's on point today, guys. But what I was saying is that, you know, just to finish off on this card here, you know, the Queen of Swords is, you know, bringing something to light like this is truly transformative for you. That's why she wears the butterfly crown. So that's why it's a victory. You know, this is you stepping up, but it's also you being in your power and you know, creating clear boundaries between yourself and the situation as well. Okay, near future. Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Wow, I mean, get excited again here, Aquarius, because this is definitely some kind of emotional offer. You know, the Knight of Cups can be that partner that we've always been waiting for. He is that knight in shining armor, he or she. It's not gender specific. Yeah, so it can be an offer of love. It can be an apology. I really am feeling romance, guys, but I mean, it can be an offer that's going to fill you on an emotional level. So we could link that to work. And it's going to create that abundance for you in terms of family life because, you know, you're fulfilled and passionate, and when we do that, the money flows as well. But I am feeling relationship. The Knight of Cups can be that charismatic person coming into your life, you know, somebody that really does it for you, that's magnetic, and you have that chemistry with and have everything you need in order to go the distance. You know, the Ten of Cups is that highest level of joy, love, harmony, and fulfillment. It's about having it all, you know, the kids, the house, the family, the partner, if they are the things that you desire. If not, just substitute out whatever, you know, fills your cups for you. You know, but these people here, they know that it's a process of continually, you know, giving back, you know, checking in with themselves and continually manifesting. They're not just going to park up in this relationship and then ignore the signs and end up in a tower. They are continually doing the work. They are continually building their foundation so it doesn't come down. So it remains strong and they remain fulfilled. That's the Ten of Cups energy. And it's in your reading with the Sun. So, you know, it all starts with tuning into that niggling feeling. That some of you might already be in the tower. Some of you might have already been through it. Some of you might be on the threshold. But just remember that yes, it is tough. It can, you know, feel chaotic and all of those things. But the tower is what's in the way between you and this. So better bring it down and get to the good stuff quickly, I say. And yeah, it could be painful for a period of time, guys, but this is just the cycle, you know, from every tower that comes down from that rubble, the phoenix rises and we go into a new beginning, and it's looking very bright. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. I really do wish you all the best with these strong energies this week. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you, but there's always a piece in every reading for everyone. Leave me a comment. Always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.